Welcome to episode 39 of the Flag to Flag podcast. I am not Chad, and I'm joined by not John. Weird
Can
thing
they
that we
see
just
our
did.
names?
They might be able to. If not, then we just made no sense. What the heck are we talking about? My name is John, aka the motorsports enthusiast. Joined here by Chad, aka Chad. Don't have a nickname for you yet. Well, I have a couple, but it won't be.
I was about to say, we have a couple names for each other, but I don't think we can say them.
No, I'll keep those to myself. But welcome to episode 39. We got a lot to talk about here on the Flag to Flag podcast. We appreciate everybody for listening. And we're going to talk about IndyCar. We're going to talk about the Suncio Grand Prix around the IMS Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course. We're going to talk about the Indy 500 coming up in just 12 days. We're going to talk about Formula One. I'm going to talk about NASCAR. But first, Chad, you're back in your, looks like your lovely castle here. All doors open. We can see all your personal details and your roommates as well. How are you?
I'm good. I was in the middle of doing laundry before we started. I lost track of time, and so I jumped on here, and then John wasn't even on here. So
Priorities.
Yeah, priorities, no kidding. But yeah, I'm doing good. I've got a little bit of a cough. I went to Knoxville this past weekend and hung out with some buddies, and Knoxville caught up to me Sunday morning. I was like, wow. I was like, yeah, so I've been fighting a cough, but yeah, I got a big weekend for the Flag to Flag podcast coming up. We'll talk more about that during our local racing report. But yeah, John, what have you been up to? You know, you've it seems to be pretty chill on your end.
Yeah, just working a lot. That's really been it. Just life's been kind of doing that. Let's see. We cleaned or did the basement, got that cleaned out.
Basement or your crawl space?
Crawl space basement, however you want to describe that.
Oh my god, dude!
Basement area. It's completely cleaned out now. Like it looks really nice. It's
okay.
all
I'll have to come see it.
Exactly. Looking at some other things. What else? I had some help removing some shrubs from the yard. Do you know homeowner things? Laid out some soil. All the homeowner things. In between our back, you know, the two trees behind the deck, and where down. Yeah. So basically, we took all that off. Got it all out because a bunch of weeds and stuff we just didn't want. And what?
I have a question. I feel like I could be reading this 100% wrong.
Okay.
Is Sophia pregnant?
No. What the fuck?
Why are you doing so many dad things?
Well, because I have a house and things need to get done. So we need to. No. Okay.
So I'm just.
Yes, you are dumb, Chad. You're dumb. If you know our plan.
Wait, is she sitting over there?
No, she's in the living room.
Oh, okay.
No, no, that's not the case. We just have things that we need to get done.
It's that time of year.
It's spring, and so basically we.
Did you get the lawnmower fixed?
That's a project. That's still working on it. I think that if you don't know, I'm trying to fix this lawnmower, no joke, for probably about a month and a half now, because I want to mow my own lawn. And a bunch of things are going wrong with it. I got a new battery because the old, you remember when we put the tarp on it, Chad? Well, we put the tarp on it, not thinking, you know, we should weigh that tarp down with something. Blew over. All the engine components got soaked. Battery dead. Battery shot. Brand new battery I bought 3 days before. Shot. So now I had to buy another battery. And I'm waiting to see if that works. I haven't tried it yet. Either way.
I got you.
Put dirt down because we're going to put some mulch. Going to start mulching around the house. All these fun house things. So it's the joy of owning a house. So yeah, that's what I've been up to, along with working. And what?
Being an adult, and I was being a college kid. So
yeah, we totally different ways. Totally different. No, not yet. That is like a 4 or 5 year down the line plan. That is down the line. Either way. Back to racing. 4.5. We're only 4.5 minutes into this episode. I feel like we've been talking for Longer than that.
Well,
Well, we have.
At 9. It's currently 9:33 or 8:33 for you, 9:33 for me.
Right. We just ramble on. And we're like, oh, wait, we actually need to record this damn podcast because
Yeah.
that's what we got on here for.
Like, me and John sometimes won't talk to each other in between podcasts. We might, like, just, like, communicate a few things here and there. So when we first get onto the podcast before we start filming, we spend, like, 10, 20, 30 minutes just catching up with
Oh, yeah. We just catch up. And then we're like, oh, shit, we actually need to film because that's what we came here to do.
Yeah.
So,
but, yeah, we I think we had a pretty good weekend race-wise. And we have some exciting racing coming up.
Yeah, we got a ton of racing coming up. Looking back really quick on this past weekend, we had IndyCar, we had NASCAR, and IndyCar. I told you, Chad, Palou is just too good.
Yeah,
Palou's just too good. I mean, he is the class of the field right now. He has the best odds to win the Indy 500. He has won 4 out of the last 5. It's on a roll. What?
11.
11 what?
11 days.
It's 12 days.
If you count today.
Well, yeah, you have to count today because today's not over. You got to live in the present.
The day's basically. What the hell are you going to do after this, John?
I'm going to edit a YouTube video.
Okay, you still have it today. All right. Well,
yeah.
Okay. Day's still good. All right. 12 days left. We are 12 days away from going to the Indianapolis 500.
Technically 11 and so like 11 days and I'm going to annoy you right now. 11 days and like 16 hours until the race starts. So there's
actually, hold on. You want to play this game? I'll fucking play this game. Hold on.
I think it's 11 days and 6 hours. Or 11 days and 16 hours.
11 days, 12 hours, 25 minutes.
Okay, I was off by 4. But yeah, either way, Indy 500 coming up in less than 2 weeks. I feel like it's flown by. Like the time between where we like got the tickets and the time where we are now. And also, I realized I haven't like announced that I'm going to the Indy 500 on any of my pages.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because I was talking with Taylor and I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to the Indy 500. She was like, no way, that's crazy. I was like, yeah,
I haven't
hold on.
One. Like, I remember the Music City Grand Prix last year, sitting there with Jesse and Lindsay, and I just, like, almost half-jokingly said, you guys want to go to the Indy 500 next year? They were just like, yeah, why not? And then over a little while after talking, and then we saw you at the All-American, we talked about it some more, and then after a little while, I was like, wait, this isn't a joke anymore.
We're going. And
yeah, from like, the moment me and Jesse and Lindsay first talked about it to when we roped you in it to when we actually sat down and almost missed the deadline to buy the tickets.
And you missed the parking add-on.
And we did miss the parking, so that's going to be fun.
You missed the parking, Chad. You missed the parking.
And then, you know, getting the Airbnb and then the whole March Madness thing. I mean, I feel like the build up to this has been like the race is going to be fun, but I'm honestly having a lot of fun just planning it, doing all the build up, and then whatever we decide to do on Saturday.
Absolutely. No, I'm literally just checking the Airbnb right now. So, also, we are going to pause, resume.
So,
all right. So
back from his tinkle.
If you wonder why there's a little weird edit right there, yeah, I paused because I need to go to the bathroom. But yeah, we are under 2 weeks away.
Insane.
And
how's the Airbnb?
It's looking good.
When can we get in?
There.
I'm just trying to plan on when I need to be there.
I'm looking. After 4:00 on the 24th. Yeah, it's an Airbnb thing.
Okay, so we're probably gonna get to Indy and then go and like hang out and do stuff. Yes. Then check into the okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, probably get some food or something, or go karting, or like we have a window. So if we're gonna leave at 8, we have a window that we can do some stuff. But yeah, so we'll be in Indy. We'll be in Indy.
Speaking of Indy, I mean, I tried to be optimistic last week, but I don't think there's any stopping the number 10 car.
Well, I don't think so. I don't think so on road courses or street courses. This is the first oval we've seen. And it looks like, just looking at the numbers, Palou won the first 2. He didn't win the third. Palou won the next, so 4th and 5th. What's going to happen with the 6th? So could we see somebody else come to the top? I
It's
think
a different style of racing.
it is, and that's where it's anybody's game. I mean, the Indy 500 really is anybody's race. I mean, you have to make it to the end. You have to survive. And I think Joseph Newgarden put it best. You're battling through the whole race, and what you hope for is to have a weapon at the end that you can use to battle. If you can make it to the end and make it to that final battle, and you have something that you can use to win, that's how you win these races. And, it's not going to be won in the first 50, 100 laps, but the battles that you go through is what's going to take it. So I don't think Pelot's going to win. He's the odd outright favorite right now. I don't think he's going to win. But we did have practice results, and our boy, who's looking for another victory, which would be the first time anybody's gone 3 in a row, Joseph Newgarden was second fastest. So it looks like there is pace in there. There's pace with Scott Dixon as well. So he was, I think, on the top of the board, I believe.
Where are you seeing this?
So it was on their. I watched it.
Oh.
Yeah. So I watched it.
And only thing I can get is highlights.
Excuse me, Will Power, not Scott Dixon. Will Power topped the speed charts at the end of practice 1 today.
Oh,
so
hey, spotter guide is available.
That is true. That is available.
A lot.
But
classic. Pato Award, instead of going all black, is going all white. Aero McLaren livery.
Yeah, the liveries are cool. A lot of fun liveries that are going to be at the 500. Excited to see all those.
I think you covered this one earlier today. Do we seriously have a Dogecoin car?
Oh yeah. We have a Dogecoin car. Yeah, I covered that a while back. Absolutely.
We got a Creed car. All right, but we have, I believe, 34 cars entered into this.
We do. Yeah,
which means, and here's the thing, if I'm correct, charters don't apply to this race.
Correct.
Which means someone's going home.
I don't know about that, actually. I would have to look at that, because if you're chartered, you're guaranteed a spot. I don't know. But you're going to have to start at the back of the field. I wouldn't think that.
Well, regardless if charters are a thing or not, someone's not making it into the race. Someone's not making it in, exactly. I mean, you have a lot of drivers that are going to be participating in this. Takuma Sato, one of them. It's going to be this Saturday is qualifying. Yeah, you have Louis Foster, you have Ed Carpenter, Ryan Hunter-Reay coming back. So you have Kyle Larson, obviously. Elio Castroneves back again with Meyer Shank. So wow, we've even already got pit assign. We already got pit stalls. Yeah, no, we have everything's here. Everything is here. It's ready. And Kyle Larson was not very fast in practice. Let me tell you, he was down in the 20s. So, wow. But so were the rest of the McLarens. So not worried about it very much. But that is something to pay attention to as the practice sessions go on. They were rained out just a little bit this morning, but Kyle Larson, 24th overall. Christian Lundgaard, 23rd overall. Where is good old Pato O'Ward, 29th overall? So yeah, there's differentiating strategies with how teams approach practice. And absolutely. But you also have to look at, like we said earlier, or like I said earlier, the Indianapolis 500 is a different style of race. It's not even a regular oval race, all right? To these guys, this is a super speedway, all right? This is the Talladega or the Daytona of IndyCar, all right? Drafting is a factor. These guys are wide open from the drop of the flag. And with that being said, like we see in others, all right, Joseph Newgarden, 2023, started 17th, won the race, all right? But there's also the flip side to that as well. In 2022, Scott Dixon started first, finished 21st, all right? Yeah. So qualifying, the biggest goal in qualifying is to make it into the event. Exactly. And I would be curious to see, and this is I'm curious of right now, what the winner, where the winner started. Has anybody ever won from pole? It looks like Scott McLaughlin did it back
I believe. No, I take that back. That was 2024. I'm curious if anybody has ever won from pole before at the Indianapolis 500.
I'm looking at something, and I could probably tell you here pretty quickly.
So obviously Joseph didn't do it. Marcus
Oh,
Ericsson
right here.
didn't do it.
2009, Elio Castroneves got the pole and won the race. And then in 2008, Scott Dixon got the pole and won the race.
So back-to-back years. So it's
2000,
not very likely. But looking at just random years right now, all these drivers that have started 12th, 15th, 17th have won the race. I'm looking at Juan Pablo Montoya won it in 2015, starting P15.
Yeah.
In 2017, Takuma Sato won from 4th. 2019, Simon Pagenaud won from pole in 2019. So Takuma Sato won again from 3rd. So it looks like, obviously speed matters, but you can start from the back. And if you have a qual lap, that doesn't dictate your race. So
yeah, this is a battle. 200 lap. So, and like Joseph Newgarden said, getting to the end is the first part of the battle. All right, you need to be able, in order to win the race, you have to be there at the end and have something to compete with. All right, and a part of that is survival.
Right.
And so
it's a tough race. It's a tough race,
and we're not going to give our pick. We will give our picks next week.
I want to see more from practice. I want to see some practice pace. Yeah, I want to see some practice pace because there's too many variables. There's so many variables in play here. I mean, Penske is a good org to look at. I mean, it's hard not to look at Indianapolis and say, hey, Penske's not going to be at the top of the board. So Penske's going to be up there. I mean, with Sato and also with Castroneves, I mean, you can't count those guys out, but maybe Santino Ferrucci, or maybe, I mean, looking at freaking Pato O'Ward. I mean, Pato's hungry for one, but the speed hasn't been there this year. It hasn't been the same season like we've expected from Pato O'Ward. So
really,
is that going to translate into oval style racing? We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know how good their package is. They may be set stone. They're, our package is going to be on the ovals this year to try to beat Penske.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know. We have not seen that yet. But what we do know is Will Power topped day number 1, followed by the 2-time back-to-back champ Joseph Newgarden there. And so a lot of practice. So if you're going to watch, there's a lot of practices going on all this week.
But getting back to the Grand Prix, we had something in the Grand Prix which we haven't seen, I think, since the start of the season.
Like 409 laps. Is
something
that what
like
it was?
That? Yeah.
Yeah. A caution,
which I was like, oh, okay, this might, mix it up a little bit. But, I mean, even then, just green flag came back out and Palou went off with it, So it's the fight's on for second place right now. Because, yes, we have the oval tracks, but the majority of the season is road course. And that's what we have to look at.
Exactly. I mean, Palou is almost 100 points above Kyle Kirkwood right now. 248 to 151. I mean,
97-point gap right now.
Yeah, it's just not there. And now, I mean, like you said, that McLaren hasn't been there on speed, but also they're sitting 3-4 in the championship right now.
That is true.
With Lundgaard 2 points ahead of Pato O'Ward. I mean, but also they've had top 5s. They just haven't been able to seal the deal with a win yet.
Yeah.
So that's the question. When is that win going to come? Penske's sitting right there behind them with Joseph Newgarden being the furthest back in points. But I mean, it's going to be a fight all the way through this season, and Palou is a good pick. I mean, Palou is just so good. That Ganassi Racing team is just phenomenal. So looking at that, Palou won 4 this year, and he is setting his sights on winning another championship. I mean, he'll be a 4-time, right? Is that where we are right now? He's a 3-time champ. Now he's going to be a 4-time champ.
I believe so. Yeah. He won 3 championships in 4 years, and then this would be his 3rd championship in a row.
Yeah, it's wild what he's doing, but
dude's putting up Lewis Hamilton numbers right now.
Yeah, really, he is becoming the Lewis Hamilton or the Max Verstappen or those legacy. We don't really see that in NASCAR. When we saw it back with Jimmy Johnson,
I think Jimmy Johnson was the last one to have that big of a dominance.
Right, it was just wild to watch, and we're seeing that with Pelot
Yeah.
right now. So looking at this weekend, looking at the schedule, you have Fast Friday coming up here on Friday the 16th. That starts at 12 p.m. on FS2 and 4 p.m. on FS1. That is on Eastern time. And then you have IndyCar Practice 5 at 8:30 a.m. on Saturday with qualifying. Yeah, qualifying at 11, 1:30, and 4 p.m. on the 17th of May, this Saturday. And then you have Practice 6 and then qualifying day 2 at 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. So you're going to catch qualifying on Fox. So that's going to be cool to see.
Yeah.
FS1.
That's another cool thing about this is all of this is just available. You know, you don't have to get Peacock or streaming service. This is all available on network television, which is fan freaking tastic in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well that's some of the IndyCar stuff. Let's talk about and let's transition over to Formula One. You're noticing wearing my Ferrari hat. Formula Uno. I'm not wearing this Ferrari hat because I'm only a Ferrari fan. It's because they're in Italy this week. They are at the Autodromo Internazionale
and
Enzo Edino Ferrari
in Italy this week. That was important to you, John.
The Pope. We have a new Pope, Pope Leo,
from
Pope
Chicago.
Leo the 14th, from Chi-Town. From Chi-Town.
I'm just saying this right now. Chicago's a great freaking place. All right, a place that can produce a Pope, King Von, and Chief Keef in freaking sane.
I don't think I ever would have heard those three names said in a sentence.
Have you seen those videos of the Pope coming out onto the balcony with freaking Love Sosa playing in the background?
No, I haven't.
I'll have to show you it after. It's so funny.
That's hilarious. So, yeah, Italy has a new Pope, and
I think I saw somewhere someone said
Italy has a new Pope. The Catholic Church has a new Pope.
Yes, I think I saw somewhere Italy's finally going to get good pizza.
What?
I agree with it. I just said I saw it, and I was like, oh, look at John's breaking out the necklace.
No, I'm not. Well, I could. I'm just let me tell you, my Italian's coming out. You're gonna question Italian pizza. You people don't know in America. You don't know what pizza is. You think it's Papa John's and Domino's. Get out of here.
No,
get out of here. Come on. You don't know what real pizza is. Anyways, I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding. Italian pizza is actually some of the best pizza I've ever had, especially over there at Mr. Pizza. Shout out Florence. But anyways, talking about Formula One, they are in Imola this weekend at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix with a name of a Formula One race that I think is way too long, Chad. I don't know if you've heard the name of this race.
Oh, yet. I saw it. It's going to be funny if I try.
Give it a shot.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Excuse me. All right. Formula One AWS Gran Premio del Made in Italy e della Emilia-Romagna 2025.
There, you added in letters that don't even exist. I
probably did.
But yeah, you have the we're just going to call it the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, and that is starting on Friday with practice at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Practice 1 at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. 11 a.m. is practice 2 on Friday, or Saturday it'll be 5:30 or 6:30 a.m. for practice 3, qualifying at 10 a.m. in the race on Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And Chad, this race is the first time that we are going to see Lewis Hamilton in Italy. It is his Italian debut.
Yeah.
And it looks like from social media, I don't know if you've heard this yet,
probably
but
not.
He apparently has unfollowed everybody on social media, completely unfollowed everybody. And he is also posting some thirst traps. Have you heard the whole Lewis Hamilton thirst trap theory?
No, but I shamefully can say I've seen them.
We're not okay. Moving on.
Wow!
There's a theory out there that whenever he does these, somebody gets nicked in Formula One, and the rumor has been Christian Horner at Red Bull. Now, again, there's a lot of things being thrown around in the Formula One world. There always is. And are you trying to share something?
Is it working?
No, it's not working.
Oh.
Do you need me to...
Screen. Instagram. Share. There we go. Yeah, look.
Yeah, he is not following anybody. But if you go to his story... Oh, it's too far past. Either way, he has posted these thirst traps, and what happens typically is somebody gets
Formula One right now. Drivers
right
thirst traps.
Right, but when this happens, there's a theory that somebody gets nicked from Formula One. Somebody's gone. The topic of conversation, could it be Christian Horner? There's been apparently reports saying that he's going to get removed in a couple races.
What's the trend in this? Like that doesn't. I don't see how
it's happened in the past. It's happened in the past. I don't know. The whole unfollowing people thing, I don't know if that's him just trying to lock in. I don't know if that's him just trying to just remove all the distractions. I think he needs that help because of what's going on in that Ferrari camp. But it's his home debut.
Yeah.
As a Ferrari driver, it's the first time that the Tifosi is going to see him in Italy, and it's also going to be the first time that the Tifosi sees Kimi Antonelli as well. It'll be his home debut in F1 for Mercedes.
And Kimi Antonelli, he's Italian?
He's Italian, that's why I say that.
Oh, okay, yeah, I figured. But yep. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Looking at the points right now, it's McLaren 1-2, but
it's just McLaren. They're just running away with it.
Well,
They're just
that's true, but also Lewis Hamilton left Mercedes to join Ferrari because he felt like Ferrari could beat Mercedes. Both Mercedes are currently in front of Lewis Hamilton in points.
Yes. Now there was that disqualification. Got to remember that.
There was a disqualification, but
no, it's so true.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how it plays out,
Mercedes has been more consistent this year.
And is it confirmed that Duhan is out and Colapinto?
Oh yeah. Franco Colapinto will be driving in replacement of Jack Doohan in that Alpine. So
I saw this and I felt bad, but it made me laugh at the same time. Jack Doohan's last full lap on a Formula One track was in a Lego car.
Some would say that's a win.
Maybe. We're not counting the formation lap.
the majority would say that's pretty bad. Yeah, that's rough. I hate that for Jack. But again, Colapinto's given apparently a 5-race span.
I just noticed what you named this. Did you name this thing yet? This episode on the top of the screen it says Flag Podcast Studio, and then next to it says Not and Not.
No, I have not. I haven't named that yet. No, that's funny. That's not funny. Not squared. But no, it's Chad's geeking over there. Yeah, I hate it for him. But again, it's Formula One. It happens. So we'll see what Franco's able to do.
Yeah.
We'll see if he's able to get a points finish. But this weekend, you're going to have 63 laps at Imola. It is a 4.9 kilometer track, a lot of elevation change, 19 corners.
Both practices will be on ESPN2.
Yep. And with the track, you have one DRS zone, which is going to be not the only chance for passing, but it's going to be a big chance. When it comes to overtaking here, it's one of the tracks where you don't see as many as other tracks, but comparatively to 2024, you're looking at like similar tracks like Bahrain, Abu Dhabi, Miami, things along those lines. Great Britain, as other places where you have similar overtakes. So I would expect a similar race there, but it's Italy. I want to say a Ferrari driver is going to win. I would love to say that that's going to happen. I really don't know, but I'm curious, Chad. Who are your podium picks? Who is your top 3? Third, second, first. I can give you mine if that will help out. Give you some chance to think about it because I know mine. Honestly, I already know mine.
I think the podium is going to be probably. I think I like to go out on limbs sometimes. I'm not going to do that this time. I think our podium is going to be what we're looking at in the point standings right now.
Which is?
Piastri, Norris, Verstappen.
Wow. So double McLaren.
McLaren won
Double
2.
McLaren.
And then...
Interesting.
Yeah. I just... Right now, I feel like we're kind of at that point where we're in between upgrades, so we know who's strong, we know who's not strong, and it's going to kind of level out here for a little bit until we get our next round of upgrades. Or now, I could turn on the TV Sunday morning, and it could be pissing down rain.
Which there's only about a 15% chance. Oh, man, I glitched right there.
You did glitch a little bit. What was it? How much?
15%. 15%.
It's
1-5.
something.
Yeah, so it might happen, but I don't think it will. But looking at my picks, it's hard to not look at Oscar Piastri, and so that's going to be my winning pick. He's just too good. He's just too good right now. And in second, I think it's going to be the second most consistent team in Formula One. It's going to be Mercedes. I think it's going to be George Russell in second and Kimi Antonelli in third. That is my pick for this weekend. Piastri, Russell, Antonelli will be your top 3 podium picks here on the Flag to Flag podcast for me. So we'll have to see. So you're picking just the point standings. Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I'm going to kind of do it like that and see how it goes. I'm interested to see how practice goes. But yeah.
They are introducing the softest tire compound that they have raced to date, the C6. It's the first time we're actually going to see that it's the first time we're going to see that in a race. And
that's actually
traditionally this race traditionally is a one stop,
but with the softest compounds, that's probably going to play a factor into this.
Yeah, I really don't know what it's going to do because we don't know what the degradation is going to be on the softer compound. I mean, it's going to be low.
Wait a minute,
or it's going to be high deg, but we don't know.
Usually we go C1 to C5, correct?
Correct.
So with that being said, no, actually, I guess that means that the hard compound in some races is considered the soft compound in this race. Because the soft compound is going to be the C6, medium is going to be C5, hard is going to be C4.
C4s, yes.
So
that
actually could mix this race up quite a bit. Depending on how tire degradation goes, I might have to watch practice and qualifying just to see what they're saying about it, because this isn't a sprint weekend.
No, it's not a sprint weekend, and that's what I think that this could turn into a 2, depending on who starts on what tires. I think if you were trying to get off of I think it could be a soft, hard day where you're running as hard as you absolutely can, and you're running a C6 and you go to a C4, so a soft to the hard. You could see teams go medium to hard. I mean, you can run whatever you want to run. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what that looks like in practice. So, but if it's fast, these teams may go for it. If it's fast, they may try to put on those soft tires and try to gain some track advantage and track position there. But that race is going on at 9 a.m. Eastern time this Sunday, and that is going to be on ESPN Dose, I believe. So next, let's talk about, Chad, our local racing report. Where are we at this week?
So out of 220 races that happened this weekend, we are going to Independence Motor Speedway in Independence, Indiana. And we are going to go top 3 here for your dirt super late models. And then we had a host of IMCA classes: IMCA Sport Mods, IMCA Hobby Stocks, IMCA Stock Car, IMCA Sport Compact, and IMCA Modified. So here's your top 3 from all of them. For the dirt super late models, started third, finished third, the number 99.
and what? In what number? Okay. Cut. Take 2. He left. Okay, welcome to the Flag to Flag podcast After Dark. If you're not watching this live, Chad just left the session, and now he is rejoining back because his pride and his integrity has been thrown out the window because he couldn't say the word 99. Chad, say it with me. 99.
48. All right, started third, finished third. The number 99 machine was Jesse Saubing. Started sixth, finished second. The number 25 was Chad Simpson. Hell yeah. Started fourth, finished with the Dirt Super Late Model feature win. The number 99X, Dallin Murdy. IMCA Sport Mods now. 16 cars started this race. Here's your top three. Started fifth, finished third. The number 7W was Will Wolf. Started eighth, finished second. The number 75 was Cole Suckow. And started ninth, finished first. And the number T23, Tony Olson. IMCA Hobby Stocks. 19 cars, actually 18 cars, my bad. Started this one. Started 17th, finished third in the number 20, in the number 2G, Bradley Graham. Started sixth, finished second. The number 3 was Dalton Weepy. And started second, finished with feature win of the number 7 in Trenton Niehaus. Hobby Stocks. Now onto the IMCA stock cars. 15 cars made up the field for this one. Started 7th, finished third in the number 8K, Kyle Merkus. Started second, finished second in the number 57 VG, Rowdy Van Genderen, something like that. I don't know. And started.
we apologize in advance.
Yeah, you knew what you were getting into. Started 10th, finished first in the IMCA stock car feature race, the number T23 of Tony Olson once again. IMCA Sport Compacts. We had 24 cars in this one. Started 4th, finished 3rd, the number 54A, Jack Anderson. Started 11th, finished 2nd. And the number 2B was Dylan Bunk. And started 8th, finished 1st. The number 20C was Caleb Geese. That was your IMCA Sport Compacts. Now for your IMCA Modifieds. Let's see here. 23 cars made up the field for this one. Started 7th, finished 3rd. The number 4 was Ryan Madelin. Started 3rd, finished 2nd. The B24 was Owen Barnhill. And started on pole, finished on pole. The number 21R, Riley Simmons. If you would like your local short track shouted out on the Flag to Flag podcast, email flagtoflag10@gmail.com or hit us up on any of our social media platforms. Listen out for those at the end of the episode. Make sure you go to your local short track this weekend and bring a friend. This week's Flag to Flag at the track will be round 3 of the NASCAR Youth Series Dixie Shootout Regional Series at Music City Quarter Midgets in Hermitage, Pennsylvania, or Hermitage, Tennessee. My dad's from Hermitage, Pennsylvania. So when I say Hermitage, I think Hermitage, Pennsylvania.
Makes sense.
So, but Hermitage, Tennessee, my bad. And we have some pretty big news. And John, would you like to share the big news?
Don't they already know?
No, we haven't posted anything on our accounts or anything. We haven't said anything.
Well, then you talk about it because you're going to be there.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I'll be there. But so yeah, the Flag to Flag podcast is sponsoring the Heavy Honda division. Heavy Honda is the division I ran mostly. It's the division I have my track championship in. And yeah, and I am beyond excited. We are, yeah, I think excited is the best way to put it.
No, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, let me see here real quick. Let me see if I can find, let me go to my photos, see if I can find what the winners will be taking home in that division.
They'll be taking home a very lovely piece of wood that has a logo on it. What?
Couldn't have made that any less weird, my guy. Come on.
I know. Give me a break. To talk about weird, Chad. Okay, did it again. So there's an issue. Okay, try it one more time.
If we can't do this, we're gonna make a clip of this and I'll put it on there.
That works. All
right. Well, we can't show it right now, but the winner will be getting a beautiful guitar with the Flag to Flag logo on it, the Dixie Shootout Series logo, the club logo, the national, the NASCAR Youth Series logo, and we are doing something that no other division is doing. There it is. Yeah, if you're watching the podcast, there you go. We are doing something that no other division is doing. Top 3 from from the Heavy Honda A main will be receiving hats with our logo and the 1, 2, 3 on the side. I'm super excited about this. I've been trying to get John to do this for a long time.
And here we are.
And he has said no several times. So what I ended up doing was I paid for it myself, and I was like, you don't have to worry about it.
Well, I'm glad we're doing it. No, I really am. It's really cool, especially because we're doing the hats as well. That's just an added thing that
I think one of the good things about it is, we're doing it. It's fun, but we're helping out the future of the sport as well.
All exactly.
Right? Exactly. And I'm super excited about it. I have hundreds of laps around that place, and it's where I met my good buddies. It's the reason I am where I'm at today. So if you're in the Middle Tennessee area, come to Music City Quarter Midget Racing Association on Saturday. Last time I checked, we were over 175 cars.
Goodness gracious. That's a
lot. Oh, yeah, it's going to be
a lot of entries.
We are monitoring the weather, and if it comes down to it, we will push to Sunday. However, we don't want to, but we will work with what we got.
Let's hope. I mean, let's just hope it was like another day like today. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too, it said it was going to rain, but then it didn't. So that's the hope.
Yeah.
That's the hope it doesn't rain.
All right.
But yeah, make sure to come out. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh man, I'm glitching like crazy. Now I'm back. That's so weird.
It usually glitches while we're recording, but we're usually pretty good once it's done. But anyway, let's get on to NASCAR. And quite the weekend we had. Before we get into the Cup Series, I want to talk about the Truck Series. Did you watch that race?
Oh, I watched that race. Did you see my post about the race?
I did see your post about it. I had no clue about that until you did post something about it.
A lot of people didn't even notice, and I saw it immediately when you did it.
Speaking of your post, before we get into any NASCAR thing, you posted something that I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is, I'm extremely excited about it.
What is it?
Antonio Brown coming to NASCAR?
So we don't know yet. We don't know, but he has been retweeting and called out Kyle Larson, and it was a parody account posted about Antonio Brown applying for a NASCAR license. He said, I would do it. And then commented on Fox NASCAR's post talking about Kyle Larson and saying, Kyle don't want that smoke. And so could we see Antonio Brown in NASCAR? I don't know. I don't know who would give him a ride. I mean, he probably has the money to fund himself, but is it possible? I'm not going to say.
I need to look up something.
Or is it impossible? No, I'm not going to say it's not impossible. Oh no.
Okay, so I'm not sure I could say this, but Antonio Brown had an award show last year, and he had an award show, and I'll put it like this, white guy of the year, he used a different word, but white guy of the year, and guess who won the award? Who? Mark Martin.
Mark is a legend.
He really is.
Mark is a legend.
This is honestly insane. Like what makes this really insane is like Antonio Brown is one of those guys who would actually do it.
Oh, he would 100% do it. If he had the chance, he would hop in a car. He would do it. Now, again, what is the validity of this? We don't know.
This has not gone any further than just stupid tweets.
Exactly. But if this actually is the case, could we see Antonio Brown running in the 2026 Daytona 500? Well, I guess he wouldn't be running.
Attempting to qualify.
Attempting to qualify because he would get the OEP, the open provisional spot. And Did you see the end of my video?
I didn't. I was so stunned. I commented, reposted, and scrolled. I was
so you know how he is known for like taking off his jersey at the Bucks game and walking out of the stadium and all that. He would literally be the life. He would be the real Ricky Bobby.
See this, yeah.
The real Ricky Bobby if he decided to do that on track. I feel like he would just do that as a pure publicity stunt, and to be known as the real life Ricky Bobby. If he walked around and took off his fire suit running around Daytona International Speedway,
I think what's his name, Vontez, whatever his name, hit him harder than we thought.
Perfect.
I knew he got hit hard, but I didn't think it was this freaking hard.
Yeah, Antonio Brown's got hit hard.
Going back to the award show, he had an award called CTE of the Year. It's so stupid.
It's so
like
bad.
My thing is like I feel like it'd be funny, but in all honesty, I don't think in all honesty, he'll drive the pace car for the 500. That's the extent I could see this happening.
They will. There's no way he's going to get. I don't think it would pass only because he has no experience.
Exactly.
He has nothing. Like if we're being like completely legit here, he has no racing experience to my knowledge. Like put in a what's his name that runs? It's not Bradley Cooper, is it? Yeah, I think it is Bradley Cooper. Doesn't he run Porsche?
Oh, no.
I'll have to look. Either way, yeah, there is no way that they were going to grant him a license. Yeah, Bradley Cooper. No.
Well, they might do this thing where, like what they're doing with Cletus McFarland. Cletus McFarland wants to run the Daytona 500 one day, but they're making him go through the ranks.
Yeah.
So could we see Antonio Brown's just starting a new career?
Imagine Antonio Brown and ARCA. Imagine it.
I would watch every race.
Oh, I would be tuned in all the time. Practice, qualifying.
Anyway, let's get back on topic here with our NASCAR. With NASCAR going to the Truck Series.
Yeah.
Carson Hocevar.
Yeah.
Is once again
he's number
one,
and
he made sure Lane Riggs knew it.
He made sure he knew it. Number one. If you haven't gone,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm like, okay.
You won the
I'm
race.
Like, all right.
Why are you pissed off? I would be willing to bet that the move Lane Riggs pulled, he probably would have pulled to win the race.
Yeah. It's Carson. I mean, it's what it's come to be. I think it's just Carson's personality. It's Carson Hocevar. So, I mean, I think I ride it, dude. If you're going to ride that personality, do it. And I think he's doing it. So
I understand that he's not out there to make friends. He's out there to win. I get that, but I don't know. I just feel like you got to be a little bit more respectful about it. But
I think there's a way to be respectful and have that at the same time, for sure. You could be out there to win and be respectful, and you could be out there to not make friends and be respectful. Like, just because you're not out there to make friends doesn't also automatically negate you being respectful. So, yeah, I'm right there with you. But again, great little personality blip right there.
Oh,
Carson,
yeah.
Driving one-handed.
I like the personality. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the person because for a while we had a little bit of a personality issue. Now we're starting to get some more personalities within the sport, which I absolutely love.
Which is good.
But
which is what we need.
Let's go to the Cup Series now.
Yes.
Real quick, what does your timestamp say?
48:29.
Okay. Mine reset. But all right, so let's go to the Cup.
Well, because you rage quit.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway. So yeah, let's go to the Cup Series now. I thought it was a pretty good race. It's Kansas. Kansas is usually a good race. It got exciting there towards the end, but it was dominant. But it was also a good race. You know, Larson sweeping the stages. All right. In fact, he actually got maximum points.
That's which was rare. It's rare to get that in NASCAR, and we don't see it often. Yeah. And they are hitting on all cylinders at the right time. I mean, back to back, it's going to be tough to beat. It's going to be not back to back. it's going to be tough to beat.
I know it's still a little
Larson.
early, but I think we already know who half of our Final Four is going to be.
Interesting. Okay.
I think it's going to be Larson and Bell. Now, with that being said, playoffs are a different animal. Still have a long way to go in the season. That's the beauty of the playoffs. Also, in NASCAR news, Season 2 came out.
Yes. Have you? Okay. How far have you watched?
All of it. I did it all in one sitting.
I've only watched episode 2, so don't spoil anything. I'm doing episode by episode reviews.
I sat down and watched the whole thing in one day.
Well, I save it for when I watch the whole thing because I don't want any spoilers.
That's fair.
So, but yeah, it did come out. I've heard a lot of positive things about it, so that's all I'm gonna say.
What have you liked about it so far?
I like the approach that they've gone with the drivers. I like how they've gotten into their lives more, and it especially with quite a few different things. I loved hearing about Daniel Suarez, his behind the scenes, his preparation. Oh, yeah. I loved hearing about Chase Briscoe and his personality one, and also Steve Letart's.
Did you see who made a voiceover cameo?
Oh yeah, Taylor.
As soon as I heard it, I paused the TV, got up, and called Taylor. I was like,
"I know way."
Yeah, she couldn't answer me, so I texted her. She's like, she texted me. She was like, "Hey, can I call you later?" I'm like, "I just heard you on TV."
Yeah, you're on Netflix. Yeah, that's why. That's really cool. So Taylor of ATYL Media, Taylor Kitchen, she was on there, but also with Chase Briscoe, hearing about how how's it going to work with his 2 new kids, and also hearing about hearing about Ryan Blaney and how they got married, and that was during the race season and winning the championship the year before, and the pool that hopefully looks a lot better than it does now. But just seeing all the behind the scenes, and also Joey Logano, hearing his wife saying that when he comes home, it's about family, it's about the kids. He doesn't bring work home with him. And that was really cool to hear. Because
I feel like this show gives people a different perspective of these drivers.
They do, and it's doing a great job so far. I loved the fact that Daniel Suarez learned English from English cartoons. I think that is phenomenal. Yeah. And hearing about how he loves his Volkswagens, not his views, his Volkswagens, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking to one particular person on TikTok. But just look at my TikTok comments. But thinking about the whole show, no, it's not right now. Not right now.
You can't tell me that, and then
just look at it later. Either way, I think it's been really, really good so far. Yeah. I've seen some clips of Byron's stuff just that he's posted. It looks really good too. So I'm excited to see. I want them to have more episodes though. I think they could dive deeper and have a better scope of the playoffs. Also, one pet peeve of mine is they didn't mention Martin Truex Jr. really at all when he left.
Yeah.
Mainly because he didn't really want to be a part of it, which I understand. But they didn't have anything. I mean, it's a legend in the sport going away.
They mentioned him like one time.
Yeah, and that was it. And so it was like, oh yeah, it was when Joe Gibbs was calling Chase Briscoe. And he was like, oh yeah, you're going to be replacing Martin Truex Jr. The job's yours if you want it. And it's just like, okay, but that was it. So overall, I keep my rankings like A, B, C, D. Yeah. I gave episode A, episode 1 an A+. I think I gave episode 2.
I gave episode A a 1. I gave episode B a 2.
Wait. No. What did I say? Yeah, I'm getting confused.
See, this goes to show I'm not the only one who gets confused by things.
Yeah, I gave episode 1 an A+. I gave episode 2, I think like a B-. Or a B, and I think it was mainly because of MTJ.
Let's get back into the race at Kansas here. Overall, I thought it was a great race. Did you see the clip of AJ Allmendinger?
Talking about his car
at ECR?
Yes, absolutely.
That was insane.
I love how we're getting some of these more raw audio clips out, and also Kyle Busch coming out and said the car's just garbage. Also, if you haven't already, listen to Kyle Busch on Actions Detrimental. It's apparently really good. I've seen some clips. It's apparently really good. Either way, but yeah, AJ calling out the car. I mean, I thought Kansas was a decent race. It's a coin flip on the Gluck poll, but it showed you how strong some of these cars are. I hate it for Keselowski. I hate it for Busch. I hate it for Hamlin. Some of the big hitters that we've seen, and Keselowski was having a great day, and so was Busch, and so was Hamlin. So I think this time when we come back in the playoffs, it's going to be a much different race. I don't think Kyle Larson's going to win it. I don't think he's going to come back and win. But he did win his third win of the season. He is now leading the point standings. He is at the top of the board, overall points and in playoff points. So now we go into somewhat of an off week, if you want to say, but it's the All-Star race.
It is.
So yeah, let's talk about the All-Star race. So looking at our entry list, if you're not sure about who is actually going to be in the All-Star race, I'm going to go through a list of all these drivers. You got Ross. It's all the people who have won a champion or who have won a race last year, won a championship as well.
Won a championship. Okay, so it's everyone who won a race last year, everyone who has won a championship, and who has won a previous All-Star race, and all three people in those categories have to still be racing full-time.
Correct. So Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, Austin Dillon, Kyle Larson. It's crazy that Austin Dillon still gets in. Brad Kay, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Chris Buescher, Briscoe, Bell, Berry, Logano, Byron, Reddick, Stenhouse, Bowman, Suarez, and Harrison Burton driving the 51 for Rick Ware Racing. Yeah. He is getting that job because Cody Ware is going to be driving the 15 car. So those are the drivers that are locked into the All-Star race. Now, we're obviously going to have the heats, things along those lines.
4 p.m. Eastern time on Friday, pit road qualifying, which I think is entry-exit practice. 4:30, we actually have the pit road qualifying entry-exit practice. My bad. 5 p.m. practice for all-star entries. 6 p.m. qualifying all-star pit crew challenge. 7 p.m. qualifying / all-star pit crew challenge. And then, and then so that's all. And then Saturday we have practice qualifying and the Window World 250 for the Truck Series at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And then
should be a great race to watch.
Oh yeah, and also we have the Cars Tour.
Yeah, that's going to be
is really fantastic to watch. All-Star race heat number 1 will be at 5:10 p.m. Eastern time, 6:15 p.m. Eastern time is heat race number 2. And then Sunday. Oh, I didn't even know this as well. The Whelen Modified Tour. So we're going to have 5 series racing there.
Yeah. You got cars, trucks.
No, we got
modified.
We got cars. We got Cars Tour Late Model Stock. Cars Tour Pro Late Model.
Yep.
Whelen Modifieds, trucks, and Cup. That's going to be a jam-packed weekend.
Busy weekend. No,
absolutely. We have first and second practice for the Modifieds, qualifying at 12:45 p.m. and then 2 p.m. Faith Fest Evangelistic Ministries 150. 5 p.m. we have the All-Star Open, and then 8 p.m. on FS1, the All-Star Race. And if you remember the All-Star Race from last year, it's going to be good. These guys still race like it's a points race.
Yep, I just hope that it's not one driver leading 198 laps. I hope it's some passing there, but also we saw Kyle Busch and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. fight. So I take it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll see if there's any.
We're down to like one good fight a year in NASCAR.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any payback there between those two. Well, I guess Kyle Busch is a previous champion, so he's automatically locked.
Kyle Busch is previously in, and then Stenhouse won Talladega.
Yep. So round 2 of Busch versus Stenhouse.
Ding ding.
Ricky Stenhouse. Literally. And so that is our race schedule. That is what we have going on this weekend, Chad. So other than that I think will wrap up all of the racing news that we have going on. I'm trying to think of anything else that is going on in the racing world. Pretty much it. I mean, everything we've covered is what we need to. So,
fan vote drivers are the top 10 for the fan vote have been released.
as on NASCAR's website,
Yep.
or
This
where are
was they are AJ
the top
Allmendinger.
5?
Huh?
The top 5 have already been released.
They have?
Yeah, as of May 12th.
Oh shit! Well, who's the top 5 then?
Shane Van Gisbergen, Noah Gragson, Carson Hocevar, Ryan Preece, and Bubba Wallace.
Wow. Okay.
I hope it's Carson.
I don't, but at the same time, I do.
Oh, I would love to see him just send it. Just not even care.
God.
Carson Hocevar in an all-star race, it's not going to matter. He'll send it. He'll freaking send it. Either way, that is the end of episode 39. If you've watched to this point, thank you so much. We are just at an hour. That's pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, just had an hour. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in on YouTube as well as Spotify. Make sure to like, subscribe on YouTube, as well as follow us and rate the podcast on Spotify. The more ratings we get, the bigger community we have, and the more racing friends and individuals we bring in here. So thank you for listening. Also, make sure to follow us on @Flag2Flag Podcast everywhere. Facebook, Instagram is actually @Flag2Flag_podcast. TikTok is @Flag2Flag Podcast. We don't really do much on Twitter or X. We'll figure that one out someday. But then obviously on YouTube @Flag2Flag Podcast. So I don't have my flags with me. I was going to do it again. Dang it, I forgot. I'll just hold up Joseph Newgarden and say happy.
Oh no. Oh no, you can't put him on your
Happy Indy 500 week coming up in next week, and
we got one more weekend, and then we're at the biggest weekend in racing. Thank y'all.
Ciao. This